Hannah Green getting ready at the 15th. This was her tee shot at 7 earlier today. And how close did this come?
It's a little 3/4 8-iron. Taking dead aim. Handed in the hole, it sounded like.
Got her to 8 under par. Bit of a victory lap season for Lexi Thompson. Not sure how much she'll play, but playing well here.
Another par 5. Really want to take advantage, especially with Lexi's length.
Lexi gets it to -4, day 2. Off and running in Bradenton. Tom Abbott and the team see a few shadows beginning to pop out here. Here is Jennifer Kupcho Morgan for birdie at the 18th, her 9th of the day.
Got off to a fantastic start yesterday to the event. Overnight leads.
Playing with Jin Hee-em, with whom she is tied. Currently, there's the leaderboard, and there's Hannah Green, and let's hear from Karen Stupples. This is her second at the 10th.
Ball above her feet, but the hole location on the right side will make it harder to get it close. But not for Brooke.
As we take you over to the first, and Jennifer Kupcho.
This is a small green here, back left hole location.
Here is Jin Hee-em, terrific rookie season last year, the Korean, and tied for the lead here, playing with Kupcho.
I knew immediately that caught it a little thin.
Here's Kupcho, third shot at 1.
A little bit of a chunk and run out of that bunker, but it worked out okay.
And here is Lexi at the par 3 11th. 4 back.
We saw a lot of good shots in here yesterday. That left hole location, different story today on the right. Tougher to get it close.
So Kupcho's going to drop a shot. Jin Hee-em trying to avoid that. And does. So it's going to be M alone at the top.
High speed is just the #1 most important.
A birdie for Hannah Green as the other two struggle.
This fabulous organization, a place to play golf, a job, all of the things.
Yeah, and think what they've created here for opportunities for players from all over, like Jin Hee-em, who played great on the LPGA for a couple of years. The huge 2023 on that tour, carried it over to this tour, and right there, lots of golf to play. So we saw and heard Kupcho's second clang off the flagstick.
This was going to have a bit of movement to the left. Managed to keep it up on the top tier of this green with her approach.
What just a harrowing time it was for so many in this area. Hannah Green, her second at the 12th.
It was a really tough summer and fall.
To herself earlier this morning, but now 2 back.
Playing is one of the tougher holes on the golf course with the hole location on the back right today. Coming out of that fairway bunker, you could see the ball quite a bit below her feet based on the way she was set up to that shot. Fantastic distance control. All wrist action in her putting stroke. It's just a very efficient pendulum. It's kind of an aspirational putting stroke. And it leads to putts like that.
A 3-shot lead all of a sudden.
We're above the hole, putting downhill.
Anytime you're hole high in a situation like this, it's always a sign of good decision making. She tends to stand up quite quickly from her putt, so you're never really sure if it's a good stroke or a bad stroke in that sense. Players usually stand up and come out of it immediately when they know they haven't hit the putt the way that they wanted.
And then Brooke the next year turned pro and won the LPGA Tour. At the 11th, Yuka Saso.
Oh, the big full swing, trying to get it to stop quickly. Look at this.
Oh, it stops just a little too quickly. Top Tracer Technology is presented by Progressive Insurance.
And that's a 7-iron for Hannah. Ball was slightly below her feet there.
Here is the Dane, Emily Pedersen, 16th.
From the entire field so far, hole location over a bunker on the right side. Tough to get it close.
Well, she's making the tough look easy at the moment. And take her back to even par if she drops it in. At the 4th, Jennifer Kupcho.
At least has something good to look at. Does like to move the ball left to right, which will help with this whole location. That's a smart play there.
Went out of position here last few holes. That'll be for birdie. This is a birdie putt for Kristen Gilman.
No doubt. There's a calmness to her too. And I think that's very beneficial when it comes to golf. Oh, there's another one.
She took one kind of last long look at the line she wanted to start the ball on. Absolutely perfect speed for it to go in, or the green will take over.
You mentioned this. Jennifer Kupcho talked about still getting used to Bermuda grass a few years into her career. Grew up in Colorado, of course. I think she's used to it here.
That's funny.
She was up and out of that one a little more quickly.
Definitely didn't start it on the line that she was looking.
All right, Tom Abbott is caught up with this group that includes our top 2, and here's Kupcho.
Yeah, pulled it left off the tee. The ball was lying well on that Coquina pathway, and she was lucky that she was far enough away from the tree that she didn't have as much of an issue as she potentially could have had on that left side.
You know, it just goes to show you that Hannah's not even thinking about the trouble left. She's thinking about striping it down the middle, which is why you get that miss and that tight shot in there. Now, of course, she's got such a long way in, almost 200 yards for her approach, but what a shot.
Today, only been one birdie. Charlie can make it 2.
Our leader, Jin Hee Im, at 5.
It's a beautifully rhythmic golf swing. It's kind of like her putting stroke.
149 to the hole, great angle.
Not a full swing there, didn't quite get that full recoil off of her neck there. Going to use the slope to her advantage. This is a fantastic shot in on this tough hole.
And the putter has been fairly hot for her on these last few holes. But this one's outside of that range that she's been making. Uphill.
You know, I think Karen, she just has such a calm demeanor. So in a situation like this, when she does hit kind of a shocking shot that could rattle you, nothing ever really seems to rattle Hannah.
Goes back uphill a little bit at the end.
Good call there, Tom. Just enough. Didn't quite give it enough pace. Had the perfect line. You can see how dark it is in our camera. That's into the grain.
Sneaky fast, this one. Flag today cut over on the right side. This is downhill, down grain. And I think Morgan, she had that very much in her mind, that that was a putt that could get away from her.
All right, Hannah Green at the 15th for birdie Karen.
Yeah, trying to bounce back uphill here.
Every putt that she's hit today looks like it's got a really good chance of going in.
And from 134, looking to knock this one in tight and make a birdie despite that bit of misfortune off the tee.
Now, she laid back quite a long ways there, Tom. Was she forced to do that based on the lie?
Hasn't been too much of a factor, but forecast had it picking up by about 5 miles an hour. More than this afternoon, maybe up to 10 miles an hour max. This one following his words.
Interesting practice swing she was making there. Really looked like she was trying to get the club down in front of her right hip, her arms, and the club down on plane.
Here is Jennifer Kupcho at the 6th for birdie.
Yeah, it took a while trying to read this putt. And again, Morgan, not quite there with the pace. She talked about that on the previous green. That was slightly downhill and down the grain, but not one of those putts that would have looked too scary.
You have to look at the color of the grass, whether it's dark or whether it's light. That is the best way to determine which way the grain is growing. Because you've got to look at the entirety of the putt. You can't just look at there we go, 1 foot little circle there right around the hole. It could change right next to it.
The KLPGA, and now up 3 here on day 2. 16, Hannah Green.
The lie wasn't too bad there, Morgan.
Set up to hit a slight fade.
This one trying to go right at it.
Here's Hannah to get back to 6.
Well, Charlie gave her the line, so with Hannah's quality putting right now, wouldn't be surprised to see that one go in, and sure enough.
You said it earlier, even the ones that don't drop look like they are.
What a difference there, though. That catching that right edge and taking a victory loop into the hole there.
Going to be pretty quick, even though it's a short putt. Great look, though.
Our look is not quite as good. David there blocking it.
It didn't go in, I can report.
Okay, thank you. That's why we have you there. David Poitevin, by the way, mentioned he caddied for Shi-Yu Lin. She got married in the off-season, and she's going to have the American ceremony tomorrow in Orlando. So congrats to Shi-Yu Janet Lin. All right, here's Kupcho. Clean look at her birdie putt.
Yeah, had some movement right to left there, and she was talking about it with her caddy, but just didn't get the speed up on that line.
23-year-old from Northern California makes her home in the Dallas-Fort Worth area now. Solheim Cup player a few years ago, and finding that kind of form again. Yes, Yelimi almost won Evian as a teenager back in 2021.
Driver out of it. And a little bit of a tee.
All right, Hannah laid up. See if she can take advantage here.
She did. That was from 75.
Poor tee shot, but able to recover nicely.
Just a brilliant iron player, Jin Hee Im, her 3rd at 8.
Yeah, 66 yards. It's going to be past the hole. Needs to spin.
It's quite a slope there.
Second best putter on tour last year. How about the 3rd for Kupcho?
Yeah, it's a horrible angle. I love the aggressive nature of the second shot, but she needed to be down the left and not the right.
To roll this one smoothly in the hole. It's just such a good-looking, solid stroke. Also follow through. Just wonderful.
Again,
how about the putter for Hannah today, especially?
Ended up with a very tough angle on the right side.
Speaking of tough, Lexi's 2nd at 18.
Oh, well below her feet.
Yelimi and O were teammates in the 2021 Solheim Cup team at Inverness, Toledo. Here is Yelimi at the par 5.
Lots of length here. Just an iron into this green. Beautiful shot. Wonderful height.
All right, here is Hannah Green at the 18th.
And she has a 9-iron out from 130. Nice hole location. Right at the front of the green.
Quite friendly there.
Over at the 6th. This to take the lead for Yelimi No.
her ball strike. We talk about boring golf. That's been on full display this week. Hit every green so far today. This one, a shot earlier than regulation as well. Easy birdie. So, I mean, hitting greens around this golf course just makes for some really fantastic, boring golf. Every golfer's dream. Boring golf. Looks like she likes it.
Yeah, that was a really dead straight, high, beautiful ball flight there. Good luck if she gets that pace right and keeps the pace up the hill.
Not surprising. She is leading the field in greens and regulation. Only 2 greens missed through 2 rounds around this golf course. That's pretty special.
And she's in great position here. Good position for Hannah Green for a closing birdie at 18.
Similar putt to the one we saw Lexi overread as well.
65 for Hannah.
She's given herself a lot of opportunities, especially here on this back 9.
Afternoon wave getting going. Nelly Corda will be out there. Overnight co-leader. Nana Kurtz-Madsen. Thanks to Nana for talking to Tom earlier. Second at the first. This is Yelimi No to take the lead at the 7th.
Quick and a lot of break in this one right here. That's an excellent effort.
All right, she'll stay at 10 under par as we send it down to Tom Abbott. Got a birdie putt at the first for Nana Kurtz-Madsen, the overnight co-leader.
Only been 6 birdies so far today. Tough hole this first. Would have been a great way to open the round. Easy par.
Understandable to see players playing a little bit safer out to the right, but with such a short shot in your hand, it's hard to not want to go at this.
Started a little right of the flag and draw it in. Looks like she's left it out a little right.
Tom has dropped back to catch up with Yelimi No, our co-leader, at the 8th.
That's about 88 yards for no. This is all over the flag. 50-degree wedge. Yeah, really good, that one.
This is the Founders Cup presented by U.S. Virgin Islands, and representing the islands is Alexandra Swain. Sponsor invite. Needs a big finish to make the cut, and that's a great start.
You know, it's one thing to play good golf, but it's another thing to keep those emotions in check, and whether you have that on-off switch. And it was a very interesting interview and very honest of her to speak about it.
Okay, so no harm done. This is Yelimi. This is inside the leather, even if you had a regulation length putter. A birdie to take the lead. And how about Yelimi No, Morgan?
The first player from U.S. Virgin Islands to make us an official start on the LPGA Tour.
Just to keep it going. Jin Young Ko getting her second round started. Second at the 10th. What did you see from Jin Young yesterday? Good start last week as well. And the winner of the tournament here last year when it was the Drive On Championship, world number 1, Nelly Corda.
I think she can land it on the green because it is a little bit uphill. Yeah, aggressive play. Just needs to sit down now. That was the problem. Probably pitched it too far into the green there, and it just once you get past the hole with any speed, it runs away. Good news is she's now got to putt back uphill to save her par. Yeah, good look here. Back up the hill. And it just moved on her. I think with that tee shot as well, that the wind is more across than into, and so I think that's the issue that she had with that tee shot. It looked really good from the tee, and I think walking away with a bogey, you'd feel a little bit hard done by with the quality iron shot that she hit in, but I think there was just a bit of a misjudgment with the direction of that wind.